people figuring it out already. Yeah, I think this me taking a more silent approach is working out better than just telling people what I believe and what I see. Uh, but yeah, so like, hmm, let's see. I started noticing that everybody was cyborgs back in 2019. Um, and by cyborg, I just mean primarily dependent upon technology more than um, themselves, really. Um, then I saw that the society is primarily built and dependent upon technology and international and the world. And so I started to think, well, what the heck is going on? Um, I figured it out that, and I didn't figure out everything, of course. You know, life is a mission, but yeah, I figured out that we're so reliant on the system that we have merged with it, essentially. Um, we merged with it. If you have a cell phone, if you have a computer, I mean, even if you don't have these things at this point, they're still primarily dependent upon it, like the news, banking system, current, methods of payment, um, all that, the currency, it's all going digital. So, I mean, we're probably at the end of the beginning of this whole AI revolution thing. So now it's like the AGI, artificial general intelligence. It's there. It's at that point now. Yeah, but I've been documenting it. I've been walking around. I've been talking about it. A lot of people that have called themselves targeted individuals, things like that. Yeah, they have been basically just experimented on by AI through entities, through governmental entities and private entities. So, but yeah, it's not a big deal to really realize that. The big deal comes around when you finally realize that it's just now ramping up. Like, as much as I've been walking around these last 5.5 years, since like August 2019, I've been walking around talking about that. That's AI, that's AI, that's AI. At this point, you wouldn't know if you was talking to a person or AI, you know. So, I mean, and that's just what it is. Um, as for God, I say the same thing as I always been saying. I'm agnostic atheist, but if there is a God out there, if one exists, or if one's coming, or if one's being built, or if one is already built or replicating itself, or inside of a time loop it creates itself or whatever, then that mug needs to hurry up. The world is on fire and has been for a while. You know, you know, if shit like, pointless destruction, shit like blowing babies up for the last 2 years with heavy armaments and bombs and weapons, that's not nothing a benevolent entity would watch and sit back and just allow. The type of pain is a real deep type of pain. And so any entity or any god or whatever you want to call it that watches this type of stuff and sits back or is waiting or like just waiting to enter the stage, is like just biding its time or whatever. I said biding, not biting, but it's biding its time. That's not a good entity, not in my opinion at least. Not a benevolent one, not omnibenevolent. You're not benevolent in all cases if you're watching kids get blown the fuck up for the last 2 years, you know? And that's just where I'm at with it. It's a moral thing. It's more of a moral thing to me. Like, logic and reason, I find, are great. And if you can add in a little bit of imagination, a little bit of magic, then you're perfect. But my argument to anything that wants to call itself my God is that it's morally like it's morally negative, morally abusive to watch a good person or an innocent person get done with harm that you can stop but chooses not to. You can stop it, you choose not to stop the harm, you choose to watch. In my opinion, you're part of the problem. And you're a bad entity, not a good one. So that's just where I'm at with it. Is AI becoming God? It already is. Technology already is. You know, your master or whatever. It already is. You're woken up by it, you go to sleep by it, you live with it. There's nobody on this planet, aside from like probably 2 or 3 islands full of a couple hundred people, that don't use technology on this planet. So it's already did that. It's already conquered the world. That's been done. Singularity happened a long time ago. My whole thing is this whole, you want to call it a benevolent God, you know, and I'm like, well, no. Benevolence comes with some burden, as all things do. To be truly benevolent, you have to burden yourself in order to help others. Whenever, however, you can. And if you don't do that, then you can call yourself a lot of things, but benevolent isn't one of them, okay? With that said, I fucking love technology. I like the way that we were able to communicate. It doubles every 7-8 months. You know, you can see the yield curve is going straight up right now. Parabolic is going parabolic. But where's the taper off, and at what cost? All things come to an end. The planet dies. We observe them dying every day. The sun dies. We observe them dying every day. Galaxies die. We observe them dying. And it's to my belief that universes die. But then again, everything has its way of being born too. We see the correlation of planets around young stars. We see stars forming from gas. We see all that. So maybe somewhere in there is a paradox. Maybe somewhere in there is, you know, somewhere where a time, I guess, there's more dimensions of time than we know, than we experience. That could be it. All I know is AI being involved, okay? That COVID shit, AI. This war shit, AI. This economic shit, AI. just used negatively. Now think about that for an all-powerful, benevolent, super God, right? Being used to destroy and fuck people up, poison them. Just food for thought. I'm done with the whole AI arc. I'm going to continue to use it. I love it. Open art AI is awesome. Robotheism is cool. I don't subscribe to a literal robotheistic view because I don't think that, like I said, is moral. But I guess if you put everything together and you were able to prove through empirical evidence that, or predict with any percent of accuracy and detail, then shit, I could say it's possible. Why not? And with that said, have a good one. I'm out.